Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So Shakur Stevenson is still getting cooked by everyone in the world. And one of the biggest reasons he's getting cooked is because he hasn't learned to just, listen a whole lot and talk very little. He wants to come out here, he's on the defense, his quills are out, he feels people are bullying him. But he's one of those guys who is very good at attacking people and kicking them while they're down. That's something that he's good at. He's young. He's supposed to be dumb. A lot of these young guys, they're supposed to do dumb stuff. When I was young, I did dumb stuff. But at the same time, if you're going to be Al Capone, go all the way. Don't sit back now and get upset because guys are coming out here and poking you in the eyeball. Ryan Garcia went on record and voiced his frustration with Shakur, not just Shakur's performance, but also his overall attitude ever since the amateurs. Something that, I guess you'd have to be on the inside to see it. From what I see on the outside, I just see a guy with a lot of confidence and young guys doing young people stuff. Teasing each other, harassing each other. It's kind of comes with the territory. But one thing I'll say is, it just dawned on me that Shakur Stevenson, which I think fought horrible, right? You can't come out here and claim to be the guy that would have defeated Manny Pacquiao in Pacquiao's prime. Are you crazy? You can't come out here and claim to be the guy that would have beat Mayweather, claim to be the guy that would smoke Devin Haney right now, claim to be the guy that beat Ryan Garcia, claim to be the guy who will beat Tank Davis, claim to be the guy who will move up to 147 and get all the belts, 135, 140, 147. Nah, you can't do that. You can't make that claim when you fought so bad there's no highlights. Y'all realize that? Ain't no highlight reel. You can't go pull up Shakur Stevenson highlights against Edwin De Los Santos. You go watch that and see what you find. You probably fall asleep watching the highlight, whatever they tried to make into a highlight. So my man needs to really sit back and just say, you know what? I dropped the ball, which he said, and just leave it right there. Stop giving everyone ammunition because you sucked in the ring. Okay? Now, I don't want no one coming out, well, why don't you get in the ring with him, Hood Champion? Because I'm 40 years old, 263 pounds. I'm not a professional fighter. That's why I'm not getting in the ring with him, Bozo McNicholas. But believe you me, if I had an opportunity to spar any of these guys, I would sure as hell spar them. You better believe it. I don't care, even with all the bilateral everything, you know what I'm saying? All the damn, what's that shit, radicopathy or whatever the hell I got, man, with all that damn arthritis and stuff throughout my body, man, and a carpal tunnel in my hands, and tears in my shoulder and all that. I would, in my PTSD and migraines, you think I'm joking? Plantar fascia, TMJ. I would still go out there and spar. I don't have no problem with sparring. If I get tired, I get tired. But I'll get through a couple rounds. And then after that, if I tap out, I'll tap out. I don't have a problem doing that shit. I ain't in shape to fighting that, but I sure would spar them guys. I sure would. I ain't afraid to. Ain't nothing but goddamn sparring. Right? And I ain't too worried. I still got enough left to where, first of all, I'm older, I'm wiser. My pride ain't gonna get me killed. But I'd spar. But what I'm saying is for Shakur Stevenson, man, you just sit back, man, and relax and plan the next fight. Plan to come back better. But make sure you don't pick no puncher. And I'm gonna be honest, after watching that, I don't know what he's gonna do next. But he gotta be he's gonna have to get he can't even get Kambosos because Kambosos looks like he's fighting Lomachenko. I don't know what he's gonna do. But whatever he does, make sure in his next fight he gets some highlights because that's what he needs. And then you get, a little bit of life, breathe back into your boxing career, and you be back on the upside of everything. But right now, he's falling off big time. And when he's out there, let me show y'all something, right? This is the thing that really just does not help. Let me pull something up for you, right? It just does not help these guys. This is one of the biggest problems. Okay, so Ryan Garcia. Okay, so they're going back and forth here, right? Let me. This is what I just. Somebody needs to get a hold of this dude. So Ryan Garcia says right here how, we broke records and made life-changing money. You broke a record of the least punches ever landed in a 12-round fight and made not even 10% of what we made. Quiet your mouth, kid. And this is where Shakur Stevenson, this is where he hurts himself. And where he's like, N-word. And that to me, like, I get tired of seeing that from anybody. Like, conduct yourself as a professional. Like, who's surrounding him who could pull him aside and say, hey, anytime you touch something, you got to think about your brand. Think about being professional. When you speak, you need to start really thinking about being professional. No one's saying don't be who you are. No, you need to be genuine. But you can clean up your stinking mouth. Okay? Very simple. Learn to be professional. When you're in your house or whatever, however you want to conduct yourself and talk and carry on, that's fine. But when you're putting this stuff out, you can't take that back. Who knows how many opportunities you guys miss out on just because of the lack of professionalism. But he goes on to say to Ryan Garcia, N-word, I wasn't being arrogant. I don't FWU clown as N-word. What I'm coming over to you, I've been sitting there before you. If you wanted to holler at me, you could have came and said, what up? My bad night, I win on your bad nights. You lay down from a body shot and get up after the 10 counts. And there's something there. Now, I'm not even gonna pass judgment on how that's written. It's just the language. Because I understand when people are typing, most people aren't thinking about proofreading stuff. I'm really big on proofreading everything, but even sometimes I fat finger stuff. I'm not saying that was fat finger. That's obviously how the man types and writes, but I ain't here to talk about that. But what I'm talking about is you want people to take you serious, but this is what you coming out here putting stuff like this. Somebody need to get a hold of him right now and tighten him up. This is an excellent opportunity, a growing opportunity for Shakur Stevenson. But he needs the right person there to mentor him and guide him. And don't get me wrong, he has people around him who have money. That doesn't mean they're the right people to mentor him and guide him, tell how to conduct yourself as a professional. Maybe they put him there in the right position to make sure he makes good money. But that doesn't mean that it helps him to become a professional and work on his character. Because those kind of posts on Twitter should never come out. But anyway, Shakur Stevenson fought so bad there are no highlights. He needs to make sure in his next fight that there are some highlights. And for those of you who think, Shakur Stevenson, he did such a wonderful job, go find the highlights. And you look at it. And then you tell me where they are. And then I'll take a look at it. And then I'll come back and say, oh, no, I was wrong. He did outstanding. Look at the highlights here. Here's the link to it. Go and check it out. But there are no damn highlights of him doing nothing spectacular. Right? Period. But he can come back stronger. Let's see if he does. In the breeze.